All right, welcome back to Browns franchise. Had some issues with my volume in the last couple of videos and thought I had fixed it by turning the in-game volume down, but didn't really turn it down enough. So it's down significantly now, so it shouldn't be a problem once we start the game. And I've turned the master volume way down and the crowd volume way down. Seemed to mainly be a problem with the crowd volume being louder than everything. I've left the on-field volume higher than the stadium speakers and the crowd volume. Thought it might be interesting. We'll see. Last week we took on the Broncos. Lost by 6 points. Had a chance at the end. Just really didn't have enough time to come down the field and score. We're 0-6. And if you look at our draft picks here, we don't have our own first round pick. And we do have our own second. So where we finish does matter. We'll probably get a high second round pick. But we have the Rams pick for the first round. And then we only have a sixth and a seventh. And then next year we don't have really much of anything. And next week is the trade deadline. So we may look at moving a couple of players to try to pick up some draft picks. Probably not this week, but with next week being the trade deadline, we may look to do that. We have no scenarios, nothing this week. Uh, we're not gonna go run outside. I really don't like run. I'd rather run inside. I prefer to run the ball on the inside. We're gonna go ahead and do the quarterback training here. Hopefully, we can get gold the first time. Just mainly been doing the practice training with the quarterbacks. Loading a little slow here. Doesn't usually take this long. Hopefully it didn't freeze up. Don't know what's taking so long here. Looks like it froze up, so we're gonna quit out and start over. And unfortunately, Madden is trash sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't want to function. As I'm recording this, the Steelers just lost on Thursday Night Football to the Patriots. I saw a thing today. If the Patriots went out and about 100 other things happen, they could still make the playoffs. So we're gonna defend the inside run, and we're gonna run inside. And we're still gonna try to do the training here. It did not freeze up that time, so Quarterback Ethan Kilmer. Kilmer. You know, we have Kadarius Toney. We've got a rookie wide receiver who's pretty good. And he's not a real high overall, but he plays better than what his overall is. Probably should have not thrown that ball, but wide open is Kadarius Toney. You like it when they give the underneath routes in this drill. I'm gonna start over here. I don't think we can get gold from that. You like it when they give you the underneath routes because you can get that multiplier up. As I keep saying, as I'm sure many people have said. I really don't like him fighting for all those extra yards because that just took way too much time. We got Elijah Moore. We've got good receivers. We just don't have anyone that's elite or, we don't have a guy that's a 90 overall. We don't have an X factor guy. We don't have anybody that's really going to just dominate. We do have a tight end who's pretty good. I think, might have been injured. I don't know if he's going to be back this week or not. I'm pretty sure he was injured. I think that was Brown's franchise. We had the injured tight end. We're at silver. As we might be able to get gold here. Oh, he didn't catch it. We're not going to be able to get gold. Yeah, we're going to try again. We got to get gold. I don't think you can get the possible dev trade upgrade if you don't get gold. Let's see here. And I'm trying to think about who I would trade at the deadline, if anybody. We really don't have a lot of players that I think would have significant value. Maybe an offensive lineman. We've got a few offensive linemen that might have some value. If we could pick up a slew of, late picks, try to get a couple of third rounders, maybe even a fourth, couple of, instead of trying to get maybe one first round pick or something, maybe try to get a lot of later picks. Because right now we've only got 2 picks in the draft that would really net us anybody. And we're going to be bad next year if this team pretty much stays the same. We got gold there. Even if we throw picks on these last couple of plays, we can't lose the gold. We got gold. Hopefully a dev trade upgrade to superstar would be really nice. Probably not going to happen. No, didn't happen. Did get the XP though. We have an injury. I didn't see who it was on. We'll check the injuries before we have another injury on defense. We'll check the injuries before we start. Might have an upgrade or two here. We do have some upgrades before we start the game. Denzel Ward. We're gonna go slot here. +3 awareness. +1 change of +1 speed is big. It's his speed, 96 speed. Definitely want to keep him around a while. And we'll look at the injury report before we start. Denzel Ward, he was one of the guys on the injury report. Jeremiah Mosu-Koromo is out for 3 weeks. Martin Emerson's out for 3. Our defense is down big today. We're getting Trevon Benson back next week, as well as Charles Cross. We're down a lot of players this week, and we're taking on the 3-3 Giants. Our roster doesn't meet the minimum here. We're gonna have to sign a left tackle to meet the roster minimum, and I don't know if we can even sign one because we don't have the cap room. Who's the best left tackle? Cameron Fleming? I'd rather have Devon Smith. We do actually have the cap room to sign him. Let's go ahead and do that. We might adjust our lineup here a little bit. Let's reorder the depth chart here. We could look at trading Joel Bitonio next week. He's 32. He's probably going to start regressing. I think what we're going to do here, we can't restructure Nick Chubb's contract. It's Wyatt Teller's contract when we can restructure. We may have already done that. We're going to restructure Myles Garrett's contract, and we're going to look to sign a free agent tight end. We need a better backup. Slot corner is going to be a problem in this game. I don't know how we're going to beat the Giants here. We are going to see if there's any halfway decent free agent tight ends, because just about anybody's better than what we got. O.J. Howard is here. Taysom Hill is here. I think we're going to go Taysom Hill. He doesn't want crazy money. He's got star dev. We're going Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill for this game. He's our starting tight end now. Akins will back him up. And I think that's it. We'll get into the game now. I know a very long intro here. And last week he was decent. Ethan Kilmer was 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. If we can bring down the number of interceptions today, we're going to have a chance. Uh, the problem is our defense probably not going to be able to stop the Giants. I don't know how good the Giants' offense is here a couple of years in, but our defense is not equipped to stop anybody. We have Miles Garrett, but right now with all the injuries we have, well, if they get the ball out quickly, Miles Garrett's not going to be a factor in the pass rush. We are going to get the ball first. If we can come right down the field and score, that might give us some momentum. I think we're going to look to run the ball on this first play here. And Nick Chubb is injured. First play of the game. Wow. Hopefully it's nothing serious. If it is, we're going to be in trouble. I know I said before he hasn't done a lot this season, but and Taysom Hill with a drop. Pass knocked out. He has a lower back strain. I don't want to risk it. We're not going to bring him back yet. And we're sacked. I need to make a decision quicker there. We're going to punt the ball. Might be able to re-sign Ryan Stonehouse, who is, I think, now my punter in all of my franchises because he is so good. I think we traded for him a couple of weeks ago. And I think we did when I was trying to offload some of the lower overall players to free up just slight amount of cap space. I think we picked up some late round picks. I think that was a couple of videos ago. They do still have Daniel Jones, it looks like. And Saquon Barkley is just and he might go for a touchdown. Broke a tackle all the way and on their first play. That's demoralizing. That is awful. Well, we got our work cut out for us today against the Giants, that's for sure. I'm not returning this. We're just going to take it at the 25. We don't have a completion yet. This is our second time with the ball already. And that's a pick. I think if we wait another second on that pass, it's probably complete. And this is a big problem with Madden. There's no throwing with anticipation. They throw it right to where the receiver is and not where he's going to be. And I definitely hope that the new college football game that comes out this summer is a lot better on the gameplay than Madden has been. Well, we've had -5 yards so far. Um, might look to take a shot here. Oh for 3 with an interception. We're going to run a bubble screen here. We got 5. Count it as a rush because it was a backwards pass. I'm going to run a draw on 3rd and 5 and just hope they don't see it coming. They're driving. Oh, man, they saw it coming. 4th and 8. We're going to punt. It was worth a shot. We've got a great punter. Down to the 24. We're down 14-0 early. Don't want to go for it there on 4th down and not pick it up and easily make it 21-0. Fields is hurt. Tony Fields. Tony Fields is second. Thinking about changing the injury sliders. Definitely thinking about that. 3rd and 5. If we can get a stop here and get the ball back, we might be in good shape. And that's just barely a first down. That was Daniel Jones' first pass of the game. 6-yard completion to Darren Waller. And Daniel Jones running after feeling the pressure picks up 5. We're going to blitz a lot today. With all the injuries we have, I think we kind of have to. That's a nice move by Saquon Barkley there. Just juking away from the defender and picking up the first down. I'll be fine if we can even hold him to a field goal here. 17-0's not ideal, but another run from Saquon Barkley picks up 5. Patterson, our rookie safety, with the tackle. Darius Slayton picks up a first down. And this is not really a good Giants team. They're 3-3. They're kind of average. But they're making us look bad today. Daniel Jones does not have an incompletion yet. Paris Campbell with that last catch. They're going to run the ball again. And we do stop them. It's 3rd and 4. Barkley's got 6 rushes for, what did that say, 91 yards. A little misleading since his first one was, about 80 yards? I don't know how he caught that one. Who was that? That was Darius Slayton again? Out here looking like OBJ. That's what I'm at. Oh, that's going to be play action. Incomplete, finally. As the first quarter is starting to wind down. Can we get the sack here? No, but it is incomplete, and that's going to be 4th and goal. We're able to get some pressure and force a bad pass, force the field goal here. And we just really haven't been able to get anything going on offense. And if we get to the end of the season and we feel like Ethan Kilmer's not the guy, I wouldn't rule out drafting another quarterback if there's a good one. If there's a guy that looks like he's elite, I would consider it. If there's not, we'll stick with him, but do want to give him some time to develop as he has his first completion there. We're going to run the ball in 2nd down after the no huddle. Jerome Ford up the middle, picks up a few. 2 rushes for a yard so far. And we might look to throw it to Jerome Ford here. And he actually drops the ball, and it's going to be 4th and 4. And I think this time we are going to have to go for it. And we're going to look for something to Kadarius Toney here. Maybe not. I think we're going to go play action and try to look for the rookie Ringer. If Bell gets open here, he might be able to pick up a 1st down. Ringer's wide open. And that should take us to the end of the 1st quarter. The reason I went for it there and not on the last one, we're down 17-0 now. If we give them the ball back and they score a touchdown, it's going to be much harder to come back down 24-0. We have not shown we can really stop them today. So, and as we get sacked again, that play was just starting to open up, but we went down. Just have to get the ball away there. And we don't really get any yards. So we're just trying to get away from pressure. And I haven't changed. I don't think I've changed I think I changed the playbooks at the end of the season, maybe. But if we really can't get anything going after this game, I'll probably change to Bill's playbook, which is what I like to really run. And he just overthrew him there. And now we're going to have to punt. We can't go for it on 4th and 15. Hopefully it's a good punt. Not always. It's going to be a touchback. If I would have angled it to the sideline a little more, it probably would have been better. I like to go for it a lot, so I'm not always the best at punting. And Barkley's going to have a big game. Hopefully Greg Newsom can catch up to him. Did enough. Slowed him down a little bit. He's got 8 rushes for 155. Well, probably just a better play called by them. If we can hold him to a field goal again, I mean, I don't think we're winning this game. And a big part of it is our defense, right? Like, our offense obviously hasn't been able to get much going. But our defense has done nothing. They've scored some type of points every time they've had the ball. And as competitive as we were as close as I mean, we did have to come back a little bit, but as competitive as we were in the last game, I really don't want to make a change to the sliders yet. But we haven't won a game this year, but we're also just really bad on defense. So and we've had some injuries. I I don't know what the throw was on that. Nick Chubb is back in the game, and if he gets open here, we might look to throw it to him. Just gonna check it down underneath to Ringer. We did not get the first down. 3rd and 1. I think we got to run the ball here. Just pick up the first down. And I said this before, but with the volume issues, you probably didn't hear me in the last video. But I would consider trading Nick Chubb. If we could get a lot of picks and maybe even a halfway decent running back in return. You know, not someone better, this even the same caliber. But are we already in Bill's playbook and they're just not giving me the plays that I like? That's a pick, and I have no idea how. If he just puts his hands out and tries to catch the ball, that's not a pick. We're gonna blitz here, and Saquon is in the zone. I don't know how we're not getting any pressure there when we blitzed practically everybody. We may have to look to change the sliders here because if even Miles Garrett's not getting pressure when we're blitzing everybody, and I think I did change the sliders before. I don't think I changed them by a whole lot. And I'm definitely not going to change the sliders to make it more difficult uh, than it should be because I am not good at the game. And that's a touchdown run for Daniel Jones. And after the extra point, it's going to be 31-0. And we don't have even a slight chance because even if we can start scoring points, we can't stop them. We've done nothing to stop them. But we might be able to run back this kickoff. Ringer, 20, 10, and he's down at the 1. Oh man, he almost had the touchdown. We are going to throw the ball because I do want to try to get some passing touchdowns here. As we just throw it out to Kadarius Toney, who barely gets over the line. That's a touchdown. If we could get a stop, we'd be in good shape. 1 play, 1 yard, 2 seconds. Those are the plays we need. A big kickoff return. But Saquon Barkley has 155 yards rushing, so and we've got, our linebackers are a real problem. We signed some guys in free agency that, mid in season free agency that just were better than the guys we were starting. Excuse me. And it's really just a band-aid. And they're really not that much better. But the guys we were starting weren't going to develop either. So our defensive line is a problem. Other than Myles Garrett, we have nobody on the defensive line. That might be where we look to go. It would be much wiser to go defensive line in the draft than it would be anything else. Hopefully, there's somebody good. We could look to go linebacker, and that's why I think we need more picks. There's just too many holes on the defense. Other than Amosu Koromoa, we don't have a good linebacker. And he's really a coverage guy. Which helps, but and see we just can't stop him. We've got some we've got multiple corners out today with injuries. And see, just on the halfback draw, they pick up big yards. They flip it out to Barkley. It's 2nd and goal from the 4. Times are winding down in the first half. And they took a timeout. Don't really know why. They got plenty of time. And they got a touchdown. Darren Waller. It'll be 38-7 after the extra point. Just a terrible game from us defensively. And our offense hasn't done much either. Just a terrible game all around. And I'd like to say we're better than we were last year, but really haven't shown that we are. And just launch it up to Nick Chubb. And he drops the ball. And it's been a terrible day for us throwing the ball. Haven't really been able to get Taysom Hill involved. He has another drop. Had one knocked away from our. We're not running the ball here. Probably should look to run the ball more, but we're down by so much. And just throw it out to Elijah Moore. We're going to go for it. Why not? Taysom Hill looks open. Finally, he has a catch. We're going to call a timeout. 35 seconds. Might look to try to get it to Taysom Hill again, or might try to throw it deep to Kadarius Toney. Really depends on. Kadarius Toney looks like he might have a step. But Couldn't lead him out in front. Go shallow dig here. Probably try to just look to get it underneath to Taysom Hill. Nobody's really didn't like anybody on that. We'll call another timeout. Really want to at least get into field goal range here. We're going to take a shot. Are we in field goal range? We're at the 40. They want us to punt the ball. I'm not going to do that. 18 seconds. They have 2 timeouts. I really don't think they're going to be able to get into field goal range. Tried to take off, and he's just so slow. Couldn't get anything. I'd really rather have a scrambling quarterback. And they just take the slant and go all the way for the touchdown. Wow. I don't know how that happens. We are terrible. And I keep saying it, but I think we're going to have to make some trades at the beginning of the next video because it looks like it's going to be a long season. Two seconds, we'll take a shot. Why not? And he just throws it out of bounds. He doesn't have the deep accuracy. We've had 20 yards rushing and 56 yards passing. And we really should be running the ball and trying to take time off the clock. But it's hard when you get down so quickly by so much. But if you like the video, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, all that junk. And we just hit 300 subscribers. Thank you, everyone, for that. I know a lot of people like the shorts. I try to make shorts out of every big play from every video. A lot of the ones that do well are when I'm kicking a field goal. YouTube seems to like to put those ones out there. The algorithm loves when I kick a field goal. So I'll keep doing those. That seems to be pretty popular. So we're gonna go throw it deep here. Don't know how much it's gonna help. We're gonna defend the inside run for sure. And it's 45-7. We're not gonna come back. It's too much of a lead to even try to cut into. They would have to collapse completely. And I just don't think that's going to happen. As I get knocked down, even trying to rush. I mean, look who we have out here. We have James. I think that's Justin Houston. And it is 3rd and 10. And Landon Collins. I mean, if we could get Myles Garrett some help. as they just throw it over the middle. 2 incompletions today for Daniel Jones. I may have to change the sliders because he's just not throwing incomplete passes. As we get a sack and a fumble, and we've got the ball back. I think that was Myles Garrett on the play. And that's their first turnover for the Giants. We're going to run the ball here. As we pick up 6 yards, we're going to go no huddle. And we're going to run the exact same play. We're going to run the ball. 3rd and inches, we're going to run the same play inside zone a 3rd time. And we get the first down. One of our offensive linemen is injured. We could throw the slant here on the RPO. I think we will. Elijah Moore breaking off a tackle and getting down to the 3-yard line. We're going to go with the play action pass here. Just check it down to Chubb. He gets down to the 1. Got Elijah Moore one-on-one on the outside. Broken up. And I think we're just going to run the ball here on 3rd and goal. Try to get Chubb into the end zone. And he does not get there. 4th and goal, we kind of have to go for it here. And check it down to Chubb. He actually drops the ball. And we don't come away with any points. As we have another injury. That looks to be serious. Don't think we could really get a safety here. As we give up a big play. And it's not a huge play, but it's 10 yards from the 1-yard line. As they're probably going to drive 99 yards down the field and get a touchdown. And I think we are going to probably have to change the sliders a little bit in the next video. Because the games, I mean, a lot of them haven't been close. And we're a bad team, but we shouldn't be this bad. I don't know. We've got to make things a little more competitive. And it is on all Madden. But I really don't want to change that. Anything less than that is just a little bit too easy. As we pick the ball off, I switched to him, Greg Newsome there, right as the throw was coming. And hit the button to intercept the ball, which is why. And was able to pick it off. So Taysom Hill is open. And that's a touchdown. We're going to go for 2. Just because we're down by so much. Ringer might get open here. Chubb could possibly. No. That was bad. 9 for 26 passing. We're not going to kick an onside kick. And the reason we went for 2 there is because I've just decided that if we score from this point out, we're just going to keep going for 2. And we've gotten a couple of turnovers here. We've stopped him a little bit here in the second half, but that I don't know how Darius Slayton is just able to shove him down on that play and then take it all the way for a touchdown. Is Darius Slayton just good now? He just shoved him down with his shoulder and then took it all the way for a touchdown. One play, 75 yards. Just absolutely trucked him. If we could answer them back every time and we went for two every single time, eventually we would catch up. But I don't think that's a sound strategy. Elijah Moore with a catch. Leonard Williams is injured. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to mess with the injury sliders because I think there's just been a few too many injuries. Ringer with a catch. If we could have more touchdowns than interceptions today, I think that that would be progress. So I think I've decided I am changing the sliders in the next video. We're gonna take a shot here. And Kadarius Toney with a catch. We're up to 200 yards passing on the day. Haven't been too good in the red zone today. Threw it to Chubb. Kind of just a throwaway there. I think we're at. I don't like running the ball second and goal from the 9. Tried to take off up the middle, and the defensive lineman just instantly shed the block. And we're sacked again. Kind of have to go for it here. 4th and goal from the 14-yard line. And the defender jumps in front of it, knocks it down. That was a promising drive that just maybe we should have run the ball. Myles Garrett finally stops Saquon Barkley, who has almost 200 yards rushing and really just has a couple of big plays. I mean, he's had some shorter runs, but has only run the ball 16 times. And 3rd and 11 might actually be able to finally force a punt. They haven't punted the ball once today, I don't think. They're looking to throw here. And we missed the tackle. And Daniel Jones picks up a first down. Takes off running. And goes all the way for the first down. And this game has been very frustrating. 300 yards passing for them. 200 yards rushing. And would I look to trade Nick Chubb and maybe get some better players on defense? I'd think about it. Because if we can get some stops and actually stay competitive in the game, I mean, I would sacrifice a little bit of offense for that. It's just been bad. It has not been good. And you may see some. You're gonna see some players traded away in the next video because I don't think I can do this for the rest of the season. We are gonna get Jeremiah Mosu Koromoa back at some point. We are gonna get Denzel Ward back and Martin Emerson, who are all injured today, but and that really hurts because if we have Denzel Ward and Martin Emerson today, we might have been able to cover a little bit better. And that's a sack. Landon Collins brings up a 3rd and 20. Might be able to make things look a little better here if we can force a field goal. They run the ball. Saquon Barkley has 249 rushing. 249 yards. That's a problem. They did kick the field goal. Makes it 55-13. And the only reason we would trade anybody to try to be more competitive this year is because we don't have our own first round pick. Gonna throw it out to Chubb. That's picked off. Can't get the ball deep enough, and Banks with the interception. And come with a safety blitz there. Barkley only gets 2 on that play. And just straight up the middle. Saquon Barkley with another touchdown. Dalvin Tomlinson. Dalvin Tomlinson is injured on the play. And they have put up 60 on us. He has a bruised sternum. He's out for the game. We are going to get our rookie tight end back, I think, next week. So he's probably one of our biggest weapons on the offense. And I was trying to throw it to Taysom Hill there, but was not able to. Pressure got there a little too quickly. And I think I was being sacked as I tried to throw that one. There's 3 minutes left. We're not punting the ball. I mean, there's almost 4 minutes, but We're gonna try to throw it here, and way overthrows Elijah Moore as we're under pressure. Might see some big changes. Would I consider trading our first round pick for a lower projected first round pick and somebody else? As it's now 69-13. They ran one play. And we don't have a lot of cap room either, so it's going to be difficult to even make very many trades without throwing in some players. So 645 yards today for the Giants. Excuse me. Taysom Hill picks up 4. I'd like to at least try to get another passing touchdown here so we just have the same number of picks as we do touchdowns. I'm going to run a screen to Chubb here. Chubb does manage to pick up the first down. Tried to get it out to Taysom Hill. The pressure was too much, and we've thrown the ball a lot today. But I mean, does it really matter that we've thrown the ball a lot? Our defense has done nothing to stop them, even if we were running the ball. Probably wouldn't make much of a difference. Taysom Hill picks up 5, able to catch the ball in traffic there. I think I want to change the formation here. And that's going to be the 2-minute warning, which is good because I didn't have a play ready. They actually want us to punt, and I don't understand that at all. Can't come up with the catch. I think that was Ringer. Hopefully we don't give up another touchdown. They might just run the ball and pick up another touchdown. 320 yards rushing. That might be the record. I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure Saquon Barkley just broke the rushing record. Which means I might have a title for the video. Might just have to go with that. If we can stop him here, I might call timeout. Darren Waller 6 catches today for 47 yards. That's the end of the game. 69-13 is your final. And I'm looking to make some major changes in the next video. We were competitive with the Broncos in the last game, and the injuries on defense don't help, but when a couple of injuries make the team this bad, there's a problem. Daniel Jones, 25 for 29, 340. 4 touchdowns and a pick. Had a long of 75. We were 17 for 42. 2 touchdowns, 3 picks, along with 38. Rushing, Saquon Barkley, 25 attempts. Nick Chubb didn't run the ball a lot. Darius Slayton, 8 catches for 205. I don't know how that happened. Darius Slayton should not have 205 yards receiving. Taysom Hill was our leading receiver. Had 4 catches for 79. Ringer did okay. Wanted to get the ball to him more, really just couldn't. Kadarius Toney had a touchdown. Taysom Hill had the other touchdown. Couldn't get Elijah Moore going. Defensively, Landon Collins had 4 tackles for loss. Dalvin Tomlinson had 3. We sacks. Landon Collins had 1. And then we had 2 sacks all game. They did not punt the ball. When the other team doesn't punt the ball, it's hard to win. Kadarius Toney has an upgrade. We'll just go into playmaker again. Make his overall higher. +3 awareness. +1 catching, +1 spec catch. Meaning route running goes up. I think we can really look to develop Kadarius Toney. Mitchell's got an upgrade. +2 man coverage. We're going to advance the week. Mock draft 2 is out. We're 0-7. We're playing the Eagles, who might be underperforming a little. But that'll be in the next game. That's it for this one. Take it easy. Have a good day.